All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 703 for this beautiful Wednesday evening. Yep, it is Discord Wednesday. We are going to have a good night because we're going to go over our community, our Discord, where that's where all our studiers are.
Yeah.
And we're going to go over those questions that are posted up. I hope there's a lot of them.
Oh, there are.
There's a lot of them. All right, cool. The word's out.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to have a great night answering those questions, breaking them down. There's going to be probably one from every exam, right?
There actually is. For the
All right.
first time ever on a Discord Wednesday, we've got one from every exam.
And then Brandy, of course, is going to show you how she approaches those questions, how she breaks them down. And of course, you're going to pick up them techniques, those skill sets that you need to pass the exam.
Yes.
I hope everybody's having a great night. It is time to buckle down. You got to keep consistent. You got to stay on it. If you want to get it done, there is only one way, and that is to make a choice, be consistent, and just have that self-discipline. That's it. That's all there is to it. Nothing to it but to do it.
You know, I get asked frequently, well, how do you stay motivated? Well, I remember why I started.
Yeah.
And then I get to the point where I'm like, I've already gone. It's kind of a negative way of saying it.
It's a neg.
It's a neg. But it's like, I've come this far. I've done this much already. Why would I stop? It's kind of like you have to kind of psych yourself out like that. It's like, I've already done this much, even if you haven't passed or
I didn't come this far to only go this far.
Yeah, like I've already.
That's not negative.
Oh, it's not.
Nah, it's not negative. That's just like I've got more to go.
Yeah.
I'm not turning back.
Yeah, like I've been putting all this time in. Why am I going to stop now?
Yeah.
Like kind of like that, like that.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, there's no magic. It's just what you tell yourself.
And it is magic because people don't do that.
I guess it's true.
They give in to all the other outside interferences, all the other distractions, all the things that look shiny and new and more exciting, more fun.
That's true.
What's on TV?
That's true.
You know what I mean? I could do a lot of other things, but you got to make a choice. You just got to make a decision. And I hope you guys are just keeping that decision and you're getting it done every single day and sticking to the plan. And if you need a plan, we got a 21-day plan. We got our own course videos and audios. We got our own system. And if you haven't become a member, why not now? Why not get it done now? We got all that great stuff that's going on over there on our KonaButterflyz. And all you got to do is join up. Like I said, we have our own live sessions. We got our course videos. We got audios. We got videos. We got Brandy's breaking it down and answering those questions in those live sessions. So if you have questions randomly, Brandy does that. We got tutoring in there. We got our own study guides for the SIE, the 6 to 63, and even the 26. Brandy went over that today. I know in the 26 a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the orientation replay that explains it all to you. Yes. It explains everything and how we do the paid, the free, the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything, right?
Yeah.
No real ugly. It's just all pass.
You know. Yes.
There you go. The Kona community, which we're going to show you in just a minute how that looks. How do you get on there? How do you do all that? You just get on the link tree. You scan the QR code. You hit the link in the chat. We also have a Telegram. It's a great little reminders in there. You can get reminders. You can get Studying Brew replays. The Discord on our community, we'll show you that, has that as well. And then, of course, you can reach me at that phone number right there on the screen, 866-HEY-KONA, 866-439-5662 if you have any questions about joining up. But the best way is just text me your email, and I'll send you some basic information right to that email. And then you can get this, all this good information here, and then just do some follow-ups with me if you want more information on how to get started with our program. Brandy is on the Discord. That's the only place to see her at. That's the only place to ask her questions. That's the only place she's going to be at. So if you want some questions answered by Brandy, it's all on the Discord, and we'll show you how to do that in just a second.
Yes.
We got live session reminders happening for tomorrow. We got our members. We got members tomorrow. We got our live sessions for the Series 6, which we're going to start off the day. Series 6, we're going to go do Know Your Customer.
Yes.
Got to know them. Got to know them.
What information to collect?
That's right. What information to collect? What do I got to do, right? What do I got to fill out? What's the suitability? What can be compliant? All that great stuff, right?
Yep.
So we're going to go over that tomorrow. And then believe it or not, I know that sounds like training, but that's actually on your exam.
It is, actually.
7 a.m. in Hawaii, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. And then we're going to do the SIE tomorrow. We're going to do mutual funds versus closed end versus ETFs. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. 1 p.m. in Hawaii, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. in the East. All these sessions will be recorded. The replays will be out later in the day, so that way you can grab them. So that is going to be fun. Yeah. So even our lowest tier for the SIE, we will be doing a replay for them, just because there was no Tuesday. So I'm gonna make it up to you and have that replay for those tiers who don't normally get replays. They're gonna get that tomorrow. And
that is a great session to have.
So there you go. You might not always get the replays, but when you do, you're lucky it's on a power outage. Just kidding. But you got them this week. So
yes,
enjoy.
That's right.
So we'll do that tomorrow. All right. And then we have test taking techniques workshop, exam workshop Saturday morning. We're going to be doing that. That's where we're going to go over the very basics, the ground floor, the very, very, very essence of what our techniques and all that stuff, how that works on Saturday in that morning class, 8 a.m. in Pacific time, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. East. It is this exact same code that you're on right now. It is absolutely free. It runs about 30 to 35 minutes, I'd say. And we go through life questions, we go through securities questions, even throw in some MLO questions, whatever questions some of our students have passed exams with. We sometimes throw some of those questions in there as well. So you never know. You might get a plumber's question. You might get a, what was the other ones? Electrician. There was a tattoo artist. There's like all these different ones. Health, nursing and all that great stuff. So we're going to go through all of that stuff on Saturday. So make sure to be there. Enjoy, invite people. It's free.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes.
It's free.
Yes.
So, and there's no replays. So you're just going to have to be there. One thing I want to say before we get going on this Discord Wednesday is some of you might be testing. And one of those things that we talk about if you're going to be testing soon, we can't stress this enough. You can go ahead and end screen because you're going to go right into the chair anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I can't stress this enough. Guys, one of the most essential things is that you stay consistent with your studying. You're not cramming for everything in a week. And I don't care if you've been to college. I went to college. Brandy went to college. We know we did it that way through college. We got degrees that way, cramming the night before, right?
I was always a mom.
These exams are not for the cramming. They have built in so that way it's not that easy to pass because it is made for college students who like to cram.
Yes.
So you can't do that. So you need to really work yourself up to the day. And I can't stress this enough. The last thing you want to do the night before is try to learn, a month's worth of work in one night.
No.
Or feel like, this is the other one. You have been doing the work. You have been studying. You're scoring great. You're doing great. Mm-hmm. You don't need to go over the material over and over again all night. You don't need to do the 17th simulated of the day. You don't need to be quizzing all over again. Oh, I need to do more. 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 Oh, I feel like I'm missing that. The only thing you're missing is a break and a breath.
Yes.
You cannot go into this exam exhausted and tired.
No. You got to have as much of your energy as possible. You got to be fresh and ready and positive and humble and confident, right? So if you're exhausted, that means you did too much the night before.
Yep.
And the day before.
Exactly. The way I like to think of it is, these Olympic athletes, these people that are going for the finals, their championship games right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, do you think those Olympians, the night before they go for their gold medal, do you think the night before Michael Phelps was in the pool doing 20 miles worth of laps? Do you think he was burning his body down before he had to compete against the world?
No.
Do you think that was what was happening?
No.
Getting rest, doing all that stuff.
It's more, I'm going to say this. The night before and the morning of your test is all a mental game at that point. You've studied as much as you can study. You've got as much content as you can. You've practiced techniques as much as you can. Now it's your mindset, making sure that your mind is right, making sure that you believe in the work that you've been doing, making sure that you believe in you, making sure that you protect that positivity. That's what is happening the night before and the morning of. Guys, I did no studying the morning of my tests ever. Well, that's not true. I did it one time. One time I took the mastery, which is so stupid.
Hey,
So
what do you feel about the masteries in general?
they're so stupid. No, honestly, the masteries are kind of I like to call them momentum killers, both good and bad. I feel like the mastery in Kaplan, I don't think they call them masteries anymore. I think they're like the final exams or whatever they call them now. Look, it's the same set of questions that you get, number one. And number two, they don't really help you learn from them. If you pass, I feel like people let off the gas, and if you don't pass, it ruins your momentum. Like it like you think you're no good, which is false in all accounts, right? Especially if you're scoring, passing scores in your simulateds or your full quizzes. Who cares what that one quiz says? And I think that that's what you guys gotta. It's just one quiz. It's just a quiz. It's just a different set of questions, and it doesn't mean that it's not the test. I guess that's what I want to say. It's not the test. So we here at Kona strongly suggest not taking the final or the practice, especially if you're going to let it affect you, right?
Yeah, and in the final and the practice, if I had a dollar for every time someone passed those exams, and no, every time someone
Not passed.
failed those exams, the practice and the mastery and the final, whatever they call them, and then pass the exam, I'd be rich, because we have way more people that have failed those things and passed the exam than ever passed them.
Exactly.
There is numerous people that have failed those exams. They're almost pointless. They are pointless.
Exactly, because I did that when I was studying my original six. I took the mastery the day of. Dumb, don't do that. And I got a 68. And you can ask Andy the amount of anxiety and nervousness and tears and not wanting to go and all of these things that was going through my head as I was driving to the test center. It was the stupidest thing. Don't ever do that. I never, ever, ever took a quiz the morning of my exams ever again.
Yeah, so don't do that. I mean, and the main point I was trying to make was, don't underestimate the calm.
Yes.
Find the calm. Find calm. You need to be calm. You need to be relaxed. You need to find your calm waters.
Yes.
Calm waters are easier to navigate. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
So you need to relax. You need to calm. And if you've already done the work, you need to find your place, your meditation. You need to rest. You need to relax. If you have the day before and you've already done your last simulated, go to the movies. Go to the gym. If you're an anxiety person, if you have high anxiety, go to the gym, burn yourself down physically. So that way you can go get a nice, good night's rest. You know, that good exhausted sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Do that. You get nice, good sleep. And then that way you're well rested and ready for tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. So that's my advice for you all, because that is the thing that a lot of people do mistakenly, is they go and they they get themselves worked up, they don't calm down, they don't relax, and then they don't refresh the brain, and then you're going to the exam burned down, burned out, tired, and that's not your best.
Right.
So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to show them Discord first before you go right into the question.
Oh.
All right, so go ahead and share your screen. Let's check out the Discord here. So if you haven't joined our Discord, I'm going to put the link in the chat in a minute, and then also put a PDF on how to get going in on there, so that way you're using it properly. If you're having trouble with it, that PDF that I'm going to put in there will help you troubleshoot those issues that you might have. First off, when you start here, you're going to start here in that little channel right there. Be sure to check out what exam that you're actually taking, read the rules, pick your exam, and then down there a little bit, there you go. So where the names are, that's where you go ahead and see where Brandy's at. If you want to message her direct, you simply click on her name, and then there'll be a drop down, and you can just message her direct, or me, or one of the other ones on there, you can do that. But Scout and Jamie are the administrators on admins on there that can help you out if you're having any troubles that are technical. I'm not seeing something, something's not working. You can do that over there. And then we have all those channels on the left, and those are the different those are the different exams where you can post your questions, or you can post screenshots of those exams, and that's what we're going to do tonight. But we also have Studying Brew replays on the left. We have Kona YouTube. It's been named KonaTube, but it's YouTube, whatever goes on our YouTube. And then we have our members library. If you're a member, you have this amazing curated library that Brandy has put together with all of our different live sessions that are put together for certain topics, certain things to help you really get that advantage in those when you're studying for those exams. And especially if you're going back to study in those low areas, Brandy's got all that marked out for all you guys. So it's way easy. It's connected to your account on Patreon. And then that way you can go ahead and study. But you got to be a member for all that. And all right, Brandy, you ready to get that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna start with the SIE first. I'm just gonna hit one question from each, and then depending on the time, I might circle back and do more.
All right.
Okay. So this question has to do, first of all, people are seeing numbers and they're like, no, which I totally understand. I'm not a math person, guys. Not a math question. I mean, not a math person. But to understand market capitalization is actually very important, because we talk about large cap blue chip companies. We talk about the small cap companies. In business news, you'll hear such and such is $1 trillion company now, right? Yeah, isn't it crazy that we're in $1 trillion companies now? Insane.
Yeah.
But you hear this conversation, so you really got to know where it's coming from. And it's so interesting that I'm discovering that, especially in Solomon, they really want you to know some things about authorized and issued and treasuries and stuff like that. So let's just hit market capitalization. Market capitalization is outstanding shares. It's the number of shares outstanding. So I can put number of outstanding shares. And we are going to multiply that times the current market value. Okay. So we look into this question, and we look at all these numbers and you're like, dang, right. But we're going to kind of ignore all those zeros right now, because I think that is like stressful for no reason. And we're just going to focus on the 195, the 405, the 204, the 240 and the 165. Okay. Now I could tell you that from experience, these two are closer together and they're in the middle, and it's probably one of those answers, just because experience tells me when I'm dealing with numbers like this, that's usually how it works, right? But let's go ahead and let's look into this question and let's figure out who the players are, right? I've got authorized share. That is my maximum amount that I could have. I've got issued shares. Issued means available for sale. Available for sale. Okay. And then we have these things called treasury shares. Now, if you guys have been studying, you know that we've heard the word treasuries when it comes to government bonds or government debt. Okay. Shares, stock, is ownership. So if this was a U.S. Treasury stock, that means that the U.S. Department of Treasury would be giving out ownership of the government. Last I checked, that does not happen, right? So when you guys see treasury shares or treasury stock, this has been repurchased by the issuer. So that means these are out by the issuer. That means that these are out of, this is how I said it earlier today, out of circulation. Okay. So the outstanding shares basically comes down to the amount issued minus the treasury. That's like an official definition. But the reality, guys, is that when we talk about outstanding shares, it's the amount owned. The amount of shares owned. Now, doesn't that seem a little different than what we're used to in the word outstanding? Like we think of outstanding as what's not owned, but it is not the case in securities world. It's actually
because you
backwards.
want to think outstanding loan or outstanding debt, you know,
Right.
you have an outstanding debt.
Right.
I don't know why they say that, because it's never outstanding to have debt.
Yeah, it's not. But outstanding shares, I own them. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take the 8 million issued. Okay, we're going to take the 8 million issued, and we're going to subtract out that 1.5 of treasury. Remember, those are the ones that are bought. And we are left with 6.5. And then we're going to multiply that times the 30. And voila, we get 195. Okay.
Voila.
That's it. Okay. But I really wanted to show you guys that because it may be tested. I don't know how direct that's tested, but it's definitely something you guys need to know. Okay. It's definitely something you guys need to know. And because this is less than 2 billion, right? Well, yeah, less than $2 billion. This would be a small cap company.
So you picked an easy one to go over.
Yeah. Well, I took one that we needed. I guess I should say I took one that we needed.
I'm like, this is an easy one.
I know. Well, if they were easy, they wouldn't be posted. Ooh, just kidding. So somebody asked in the chat in this question.
Did they?
Yes, they asked in the chat. They said, is there Kona math to this? And I'm going to say, here's your Kona math for this question. This is not on the series 6. This would be a series 7 question. So if you're not studying for the series 7, don't worry about it.
Oh, that was your Kona math?
Yeah, that was my Kona math.
Oh.
My Kona math was, don't worry about this one. It's not on the exam.
No, too hard.
Yeah. And then this one as well. This is straddles.
But that's a good point. See, this is why we have the Discord. This is why we have the community, because you could be studying for the series 6 and you run across these questions. They're way too complicated and you're like freaking out. You're stressing out. So you post this up there and then Brandy goes, don't worry about it. You don't need to know that for the 6. And then you can take an exhale.
Let Kona be your Google when it comes to this stuff. Guess what? This is on the series 7 as well. So this whole idea of straddles and everything, not in the series 6.
You won't have to do straddling.
No, this is what we would call
Christina Boggs watching. It's not on the exam.
This is what we would call too much information for the series 6. No, I'm just kidding. This is when we talk about break evens, we can see the calls and the straddles and everything, guys. That's advanced option strategies. That is for the 7 for sure. Yeah. All right. We have a series 63 question. Do you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Series 63 question. So I like to say. All right. So I'm looking at my my answers, right? It says an amount in excess of the debt equity requirements of the broker dealer. What? Right? Is anybody reading that going, what? An excess cash balance due to a broker dealer from a customer. Okay. A liability.
So does B mean like they got change left over?
Yeah. It's excess cash. Extra cash. That's how I look at it. A liability of a broker dealer to a customer, which are subject to immediate cash payment to customers. Ooh, check this out. Okay, let's look at something real quick. This is cash to a broker dealer. This is cash to a customer. That's huge.
Yeah.
But yet small.
Yeah. If I'm the customer, I would like that.
Yeah. And then we have a non-interest bearing credit extended to a customer by a broker dealer.
Non-interest. Non-interest credit.
Ooh.
That's nice.
That is. All right. So the question says this, guys. According to the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, the term free credit balance means. Have you guys ever taken something back to the store?
Yeah.
And they say, I can't give you cash,
but you can have store credit.
Yes. This means that you have cash, a cash balance at the store to go buy that new shirt. Right?
Let's hope it's a store you like going to.
I know, seriously, right? So what answer choice looks similar to that? Well, this is a cash balance to a broker dealer. This has something about debt to equity. I don't even know. This is credit, non-interest credit extended, but yet this is talking about cash to a customer, cash balance at the store. Wouldn't this, doesn't C match the best?
I guess, but the problem is that most people would have gone with D because they were like, that's credit.
Right. Because they weren't thinking of store credit, they were thinking of credit.
So what that D was saying was like, we're just going to give you extended credit. That's not actually a return on that. That's just saying, oh no, we'll let you borrow more.
We'll let you borrow more at no interest.
Well, I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want to borrow anything. I want the equivalent.
Exactly. I want my cash.
Done with it.
I want my cash money.
Yes.
Yes. All right, 26th question. What is up with all your numbers tonight, guys?
Ha.
I'm gonna do one with no numbers. I'm gonna do non-numbers tonight.
You don't want to do numbers?
No, I mean I can. I don't care. I was just kidding. But this one I think is important to know, especially because going into the SIE tomorrow for our members, we're going to talk about this sort of indirectly, but we're going to talk about this. So I see variable annuities. That's a security. I see variable insurance.
That's insurance.
That is insurance, but there is a security component, not a retirement. I got closed-end funds that are not part of IPO. And then I have open-end mutual funds. So we can say that these are kind of similar or opposite, and we can say these are similar and opposite. Yeah. Obviously, we know the answer is C, right? Okay. So the question says this: which of the following do not typically require a delivery of a prospectus to a purchaser? Now, the prospectus means that it's a new security or a newly issued security. Remember the whole 1933 paper act?
So then if it's closed, it's not new. Is that what you're going at?
Well, because it says not part of the IPO.
Well, which is the initial
public
offering.
See, if it was on IPO, you would need a prospectus. But if it's not on IPO, we would need no prospectus because it's already being traded in the secondary market.
It's a done deal.
Yeah, we're just trading like stocks now amongst the investors.
So there's no need for a prospectus.
Exactly. Mutual funds, by the way, are always new. So they always needed a prospectus. And then, of course, variable annuities and variable insurance, they're not securities that get traded in the secondary market. So you're going to actually have contracts. But within those contracts are the prospectuses for the sub-accounts.
So it is because it's secondary market or not IPO, because it's not IPO.
It's because it's not IPO and because these trade like stocks. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So, yeah, now that we're going to do the 65.
All right. Now we're on to the Series 65.
Now we're going to do 65. All right. So let's talk about the Series 65. All right. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to change my color just because I can. All right. So I have required rate of return. Oh, that's really small. That's okay. So I have the required rate of return. I've got opportunity cost, discount rate, and a nominal rate of return. So at first, on the first look of this, we're looking, okay, so required rate of return and nominal, that's the like same, right? Same or opposite, right? Same or opposite. So you would think that the answer would be one of those, but we know that the answer is a discount rate. So I'm looking for something that might sound like a discount rate, right? So the question says, Selmer Jones has just inherited some money and wants to set a sum aside for a vacation in Hawaii 1 year from today. His bank will pay him 5% interest on any funds he deposits. In order to determine how much of the money must be set aside now and required for the trip, he should use the 5% as a. Now, what it's asking, guys, if you didn't catch that, what it's asking is how much to invest. Okay. So it's asking how much to invest, and then what is this 5% interest rate? What is that? Okay. Well, it's not going to be the required rate of return or the nominal rate of return, because it's just basically an offer. Like, hey, we've got this thing, it could give you 5%. So it's neither a nominal or a required. And there's no opportunity there. It's not an opportunity cost, because this would be, I would need a comparison here. So if you guys are studying for the 65 and you're getting to the point where you're talking about, this would be under analytical methods. Yes, this would be under analytical methods. And basically what we have to figure out is, this is so crazy, what is our present value to determine our future value? And we're going to use this thing called the discount rates to figure that out. Yep. That's why it's called the discount rate.
It's on a discount.
It's just that. It's just the discount rate. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it other than that's what we use as our point, like our basis point, our starting point, we're going to go from there. If I'm getting 5% and I want $1 million, what do I need to invest today to get to that $1 million earning 5%?
Got it.
That's what it is. So present value, we're going to relate that to the discount rate. Fun times.
And Bob's your uncle.
This is probably, honestly, this would probably be the hardest question that you could see, that you will see on the 65 regarding present value. But when you get to like the quizzes and stuff, the quizzes make you have to do more math. But then it's really just a conceptual thing when you get to the actual exam.
It's not so mathy.
It's not so mathy. The quiz make us believe
new word.
It's mathy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Did we do it?
We did one from every exam.
We did it.
Because I don't have any from the 7. Oh, we have our passer.
Yay.
I mean, I can do one, but no.
If you want. You're the boss.
You need to do math on this one. Actually, we can eyeball this one. This is going to be somewhat similar to what you guys will see on the 6. If you guys see alpha on the 6, somewhat similar. So we have a number of 10%. We have a number of 12%. And we have this risk-free rate of 2%, but we've got a beta of 1.4. So basically what the saying is that if this went 10% with a beta of 1.4, I'm actually going to go up 140%. What's 140% of 10%? 14.
14.
Okay. So check this out. So this is saying that the S&P, so I have a portfolio. So this is my expected.
You're expected to go up 14%.
Yes, but it actually produces a 12% return.
Oh.
That's actually negative.
That is negative.
That's negative.
That's less than what I was thinking.
Right. Now, the obvious answer here, 14 minus 12 is 2, right?
Yeah.
But we already said it has to be negative. So it can't be that. It can't be that.
And negative 6.8 is way too much.
Too far. Too far.
That's an eyeballing it.
That's an eyeball. That's a Kona math situation there. Right? This is too far, and it has to be negative 1.2. And if you guys, if you add that risk-free thing in and out, and then there's like a whole math formula associated with it, but it's unnecessary. You just need to eyeball it.
It is a time to exam.
It is a time.
Shortcut when you can.
Yes. That's right.
Especially if it's effective.
So we officially did 6 questions from 6 exams.
All right. We even got a break in the middle.
Yeah, we did.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Use that Discord. Use that that tool that it is, that community.
Yes.
So not only just Brandy can help you out, but all of you have an opportunity to break down these questions, because if you can explain them and you can work them out, guess what? You're learning. You're learning. It's a great tool to learn this stuff, guys. Take advantage of that Discord community. Take advantage of all the tools that we have. The Discord is free. Anybody can join it. The only thing you don't get when you're in the free part is you don't get the members area. But hey, I'll take a community any day. So just join up, get that community, and just post up. We want to thank you all for being here. We'll have live sessions tomorrow. We'll be back for the Studying Brew for the Series 6. Until then, everybody, have a great night. Be sure to wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to break down your questions, why wrong. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.
Bye.